Hi, today I'm making a video still on beading of turban. The turban that is in my hand right now, I made it out of satin. So the ordinary bridal satin is what I used, but because of the bead, it looks like it's a different material. So I have uploaded a video on how to bead. uh, that pattern was just a straight beading, so I thought it wise to show you how to create other patterns of beading. So today I will be making this particular one and I will show you how to achieve this. So if you are interested in this video, just please follow to the end. All right, and if today is your first time stopping by my channel, please do not forget to subscribe before leaving this channel today. All right, thank you very much. So straight away, I worked with satin. I worked with plain satin, and then that's normal bridal satin is everywhere and is very, very affordable. So I would be showing you what I did to get that pattern. So the first thing I did was get my material and then get the size of get the size of the uh, one I want to use for the turban. Hmm? Then after that, I would just use my tailoring shop. You can use a ruler, but I did not use a ruler. If you are going to use a ruler or your measurement tape, it's just going to help for a kind of accuracy. That is to just make sure that what you are doing is right and is in order. Your measurements are almost the same. So you can actually draw any pattern you want. What I'm just doing is, we can just say maybe zigzag, or you can call it triangular pattern. So you can draw out any pattern and then just use your bead to walk along that path to create your designs. So it means that you might not really want this particular one I am lecturing on right now. You can draw out other patterns and it will work. But today I'm just drawing out these bits of triangles, and then I would be walking around the triangular patterns with the beads. Hmm? It's quite easy. Is once you can do a straight beading, you can also do the patterned beading. So your beading can either be in a straight line, or it can be in a specify the pattern. So for me to bead today, I would be working with the beading needle. This the needle is very, very tiny, so it allows you to just pick your beads, and then I'll work with the sequence. I really, really love the sequence because of the beauty it adds to the work. So I really love the sequence. If you look at this sequence, you see that it has holes. So it's through these holes that you pass your thread through and then create your designs. And then apart from the sequence, I would also be working with this bead they call the sand bead. Sand bead. And the sand bead comes in different colors, can be white, black, can be green, blue, any form, any type of color you want is in the sand bead, but I'm using gold. And then this thread is called the invisible thread, so tailors use it to fix patches on their dresses and all of that. So it sort of help you to do some kind of work, and then your thread would not be showing. Yeah, so it's necessary. All right, so that's what I'm, and the reason I normally work with this invisible thread is because of the strength of the thread is stronger than the normal thread that we use for sewing. So I think I prefer working with it compared to the ordinary thread. So the first thing you will need to do is that you would need to thread the needle. All right, so while threading the needle is somehow difficult a little, but you really need to like concentrate and be able to thread it because the eye of the needle is very, very small. Okay, so that aside, it's time for us to start creating our pattern, and I'm going to start with a straight pattern. You can see that I have two straight lines and then I have the triangular patterns facing each other. So I would be beading on the straight line and then also on the triangular pattern. So if you can watch the straight line beading, all right, well, and you understand it, there you would be able to create the triangular uh, beading pattern, because it's just the same thing. You move on that same line that you have created on a straight way, and then when you get to the other part, you place it and then you curve down. So what I normally do when I'm beading is that, one, I start by coming up with my thread from the bottom of the fabric. That is when you tie your needle and you tie it now, you start from the bottom, don't start from the top. So pass the thread through the bottom of the fabric upwards, and then you pick the first hole in your sequence, put the needle out from there. They pick at least three sand beads between the distance of the first hole on the sequence and the second hole on the sequence. You pick at least three sand bead, or better still two, and then you move to the second hole and pass it downwards, and then from a part or a portion very close to the edge of the sequence, you come up again. So when you come up again, you pick at least three sand beads depending on the distance that you want. You pick at least three sand beads, and then from that point you go down again and come up from almost the same point, and then you pick your sequence from the first hole, put at least two or three bead on it, go through the second hole, you come out very close to the sequence, put three sand beads to create a distance, go down and come out from very close range again, and then you take the sequence again. So you are going to continue this process until you are able to finish the two straight lines. And when you are able to do that, congratulations, you have been able to bead straight. All right, so let's just wash. So now that you have seen the straight pattern properly, for you to bead the triangular pattern will not be any form of problem or challenge. So right now we are going straight into how to bead the triangular shape. It is just the same way you are saying it is very easy. The reason I'm bringing these videos is to help you build your confidence on beading. All right. So, because I find out that lately the beading of turban started trending and is adding color to the work of creators. And you don't want to miss out. You don't want a situation where your client is demanding for a beaded turban and you are saying, oh, I don't really know how to bead. There is no excuse in creativity. Whatever you can learn to add to your business, please do. It's very, very necessary, huh? All right. So long you can do the straight one and you understand what I've explained with the straight one, you can actually do the patterned one. So whatever pattern you desire to create out of your beading is what you get. You can decide to spell somebody's name using your bead. You can decide to write out some letters using your bead. You can decide to even draw a flower, and then you bead it out. Maybe the next one I'll do will be how to create a flower with the bead. So you create some roses, you create some flower, some kind of tree like pattern with your bead. All right, so it's time for us to get creative. Creativity is getting better by the day, and if you refuse to learn new skills, very soon you will be obsolete, as in you will be obsolete. Yes, I think that's how they call it. Oh. You become old school and your skill will no longer be valid. You have to be able to add one or two things as people are adding. You don't want to get out of line. You don't want to expire. You don't want people to abandon you for others. So it's very, very good that you see new things coming, try and meet up with it. Meet up. Don't give space. Don't give space. As I am here, my client cannot come to me and say, this thing is trending and I want it. I'll not say, oh, I don't know how to do it. I'll not try that. So you every day that you are on internet, you are on the social media space, try and see, is there anything trending that I really need to know about before your clients will come and even talk about it to you. You should be the one to introduce it to them straight off. Straight off, as in straight off. So bidding is trending, either you like it or not. And if you have not started learning how to bid, what are you waiting for? Please, you have to like stand up for this creativity and come out the best. You have to meet up with everything. Don't allow anything to take you on away. All right. So that's just how to be the triangular pattern. I know I was just busy saying other things, but you watching, you should be able to see what I am doing. It's just the same process with the straight one, and then before you know it, bam, you are true. All right. So can I just be a little bit sincere? It's time consuming. So if you are going to be doing any beaded work on any turban, then you should be ready to charge for it, as in you cannot spend your time doing all of this work to give the fabric a better look, and at the end of the day you are charging something that cannot pay for the time that you have spent on it. All right. So it adds color, but the prices has to be high. So anybody asking you to bead turban normally that you would sell for, let me say, 5,000 naira. Please, I'm a Nigerian, so I'll be using naira. So 5,000 naira, for instance. If you are going to bead that turban, you know that you are just going to charge double. Of course, sequence is not so expensive in case you've never had the opportunity of buying any before. It's not so expensive. They sell, I think, cup of it where I bought in Delta State. They sold a cup of it for 500 naira, I think. And then the sand bead as well is not so expensive. But why the work will be expensive is the time that you are going to spend on it, and then of course the power of creativity. They have to pay for your brain work. So what you are selling for 5,000 before can just go for 10,000 because of the beaded work. All right. I'm not saying beaded work are sold for 10,000 or please. I'm just using it as an example. I know that most of the beaded work sells for like 15, 20,000. So I don't know. And then you have to read some beads. Some people use water beads. That is, there are other beads that are more expensive than this. And if you are working with that bead, you know the work is going to be very heavy. And then secondly, you have to charge more since that bead is more expensive compared to the sand bead and sequence. All right. Okay, so this is just how we bead. It's very simple, it's very easy, and you can come up with any pattern and it is okay. All right. So quickly, if you are stopping by my channel for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel before you leave in, especially if you enjoy our video today. All right. So I'll see you in my next video. And of course, if you do have any questions that you want to get a clarification on, I'll be waiting for them. Drop it on the comment section. I will respond to them. So for now, from my own end, is going to be bye. Love you. Take care of yourself. Be the best that you can. All right. Do have a nice day. Bye.